All right. How are we doing? How are we doing? Are we good to go? Wait. Those of you that are young. As some of you are saying you want military government. You don't know military responses. Anyways, right. So to move us further in the event, we'll take the keynote address from our very own convener of the Empowerment Summit. This person is no other person but Wisdom Ezekiel, and is one of Africa's leading investors, a serial entrepreneur, and a philanthropist. He is a co-founder of Pertinence Group, a fast-growing conglomerate with major interest in real estate, financial services, technology, and more, with presence in the UK, US, Canada, United Arab Emirates, and Nigeria. Wisdom is also the chairman and CEO of Rush Towers Limited, a thriving entertainment brand. He has founded Wisdom Ezekiel Cares Foundation, a non-profit organization focused on empowering the marginalized and vulnerable in Africa. Wisdom holds an executive MBA from the Metropolitan School of Business from Harvard Business School, and also a distinctive chartered fellow of Institute of Public Resources Management and Policies. He's a seasoned speaker, distinguished author, the host of Wisdom for Wealth series with over 700 community members, by the way, and the author of the great book, Coming to Lagos. You should get that book. How I Succeeded Against All Odds, amongst others. In alignment with his vision to make global impact, he co-participants for 3 years in a row internationally, amongst which are the Black History Month Community Awards in Toronto, Canada, the most exemplary co-founder in modern-day corporate Nigeria, and many more. Wisdom is happily married to his pretty wife, Temitope, and blessed with 2 wonderful children. Please, without further ado, put your hands together with me as we receive Wisdom Ezekiel.
All right, thank you. Thank you very much.
Come on, we can do better than that. Put your hands together, people. Put your hands together. Thank you.
Thank you very much. You may be seated, please. I wish I don't have this podium, so I may just want to do away with it. All right, so I just want to thank you very much for coming around. I'd like you to look at your neighbor and say, oh, thank you for coming around. It's an honor to have you here today because you could have been doing something else, going for one bed, sleeping on your bed, watching movies, but you decided to come here today to be a part of this program, and we just want to appreciate you. Thank you very much. This is the second edition of the Empowerment Summit, and it's getting better, isn't it? Last year we had the Empowerment Summit, and what we seek to do was to see how we can have a platform where we can give back to the society, where we can impact life. All my life, I have been someone who have been in the area of empowerment. In fact, the company that the light went off. And when the light went off, you are in trouble. For us to be able to bring out that thing, we had to carry the video, what do you call it again? Video player. And go to what they call it, Radionic. I don't know if you can remember Radionic. It was one that helped us to bring. The man came back, he also discovered that we did something with his video cassette. So what am I saying in essence? That has now evolved and has become more digital. And because it's now digital, we're looking at how do we navigate the market. While we're in the office, and later on we introduce all our guests, while we're in the office, I was discussing with a number of our celebrities who came around. For 10 people who are sitting down here who want, we also got you covered. Put your hands together. So what we are doing is over 20, the challenges that startup businesses are facing in Nigeria, equity contribution, and went ahead and paid. And they were in some very heavy millions. And after we finished paying, it wasn't going anywhere. Now, that is the challenge that most people face in the industry. That challenge is there, is glaring. And some of us here may have also tried the very easy ones. Recently they started advertising, come and take loan, 24 hours. In fact, some people now wait for 24 hours to say, you get the money. And as you are clicking, they say, agree to terms and conditions. How many of you read the terms and conditions? One of the best way to deceive you is to pack everything and put on the terms and conditions. You didn't know that terms and conditions that you click, say, I agree, because by the time you start reading, it will take you like 1 week to finish reading chapter 1 before you get to chapter 2. So you click, I agree. And what you have agreed is that if you don't pay, they will pay the whole world. And everybody who knows you will be asking you, when did you become 419? That was the reality. And some businesses have gone ahead to take such kind of loans, and it has put them in a very tight corner. So what I want to say is this. Be creative about your fundraising. Don't just raise funds, because the kind of funds that you have for businesses determine how much you are able to do business and succeed. If you have a very heavy fund with a very heavy load, you will be under pressure continually. So be creative about your fundraising. Have you bothered talking to family and friends? I know it's not that easy, because somebody will say, if you know how difficult it is for people to give you money. I know. But have you bothered talking to them? And when you were speaking to family and friends, what did you tell them? Because if your proposal is not compelling enough, your family member does not even believe in the proposal, how much more would the investor now believe in the proposal? So your family members who know you, we need to have some kind of conviction about what you're doing for them to want to do business. The most and gotten the biggest kind of funds from me within my family are people who came with business ideas. Because you can't just come and tell me you are hungry and I will carry 200. You know what I'm saying? You can't just tell me because you want to pay house rent, I should come and give you 2 million naira. Then you are living beyond your means. If you can't pay a house of 250, business loan, off camera. Was that our address? You didn't hear that? I know you didn't hear that. Yeah, it's off camera. But you had it, have you? Yes. Who was doing? When I saw it, I said, this is nothing. I said, leave it like that. So that's very important. Let me do number 2 and I will go. Lack of infrastructure is one of the major problems or major challenge that people face. As we are here now, if we are not running the generator, it will be difficult. You keep seeing lights go off and come on, go off and come on. So we have to run generator. And how many of you know that this is very cheap now? No, it's very cheap, cheaper than before. Diesel has gone up by almost 200%. And that can be a major challenge for people who are running business. So one of the things I will advise in that is that you begin to look at alternative power supply. Because you need to generate your own power. For you to have cheap power, you need to generate it yourself. Because it's a lot to set it up, but on the long run, you would have reduced the cost of running your business. Be very creative when it comes to business. See, businesses are not run by just, day to day. It's not run by, put an inverter somewhere. Right now, we had a company who came here. They are coming to value all we have inverter, but they are not